I want to ask you some questions to test out my knowledge to see whether I'm getting this right. So can a judge find you in contempt if, let's say that you're an observer in the gallery, right, in the courtroom, and your phone rings? Now, you know how in the beginning of every trial, the court clerk always says to everybody, turn off your phone. So, and let's say that your phone rings. Is that going to trigger contempt?
Well, the court can find a non-party, a non-litigant in contempt of court. However, let's say your phone rings in the courtroom, even though that would be disrespectful to the court and could be in breach of a rule,
Right.
it really wouldn't attract the judge to say, oh, you're in contempt of court, you're going to prison, your phone went off. But another example could be, let's say you're a member watching a court proceeding, and your phone goes off, and the judge asks you to turn it off, and then it keeps going off over and over and over again, and then it becomes clear that you are doing this to disrespect the court and to compromise the ability of a judge to hear a case. Now we're bordering onto criminal contempt. But just your phone going off would be probably considered bad manners more than it would be considered grounds for you to go to prison.
That's good to know, but
yeah.
you know, that makes so much sense. There's a little bit of common sense in a way. But now, what about recording a hearing? Now, I know that you're not supposed to, but these days, especially now with filming in COVID, and you can actually observe some trials online, and it's very tempting for an observer to just click that button and start recording because who's to know kind of thing. Would that attract contempt, do you think?
Yes, that could attract contempt. However, like you said, who would know? Not to encourage anyone to do it, but let's say you recorded a hearing and then you republished it on YouTube. Well, now you're definitely going to border into criminal contempt because it's public and you are willfully and deliberately defying the orders of the court, and you are doing it very publicly. And now you have the ingredients to possibly have a charge against you under the criminal code.
That's really interesting. Okay, now I'm going to move on to, let's pretend to be the party or the witness on the witness stand. Let's say that you start arguing with the opposing counsel on the witness stand. Would that behavior attract contempt?
Well, so you're saying opposing counsel is arguing with the witness?
Yeah, so yeah, usually probably I would imagine this might happen in cross-examination where, say, the witness or the party being asked the questions, they don't like the questions, or or they're kind of annoyed at opposing counsel. If they start kind of like, instead of just answering the questions, yes or no, they start sort of like arguing with the opposing counsel. Would that attract contempt?
Usually that wouldn't, but again, I think it would go to the severity of the circumstances. If the judge is then asking the witness, please answer the question.
Right.
And then the witness continues to carry on in a very abusive manner. And then the judge asks a couple more times. Well, now you're publicly defying the court and you're compromising the court's ability to hear a case. Now you're looking at contempt of court. But again, it depends on like the shade that you're looking at. So it's like a phone call that goes off. The first ring is not going to send you to prison.